So I flat out told him, if you stick this out with me and follow the financial roadmap I'm gonna lay out for you, I can help you get to that millionaire status in the next 5 to 7 years. No questions asked. The client that I have the most recent interaction with, this was on January 10th. Honestly, he's kind of the friend of the family, or really in the family to an extent, but he's far enough where I'm able to deal with him as a client. Okay. He's about 52 or 53 years old, and he's been running a construction company for years now. That has been his career for years. He's been in construction running his own company. They do new build development and renovations primarily. I think he has his hands in a couple other things like a dump truck or two, but that's the bread and butter is his construction company. He's come to me basically because he's at a point right now where he realizes that he's been doing really well for himself. We're talking about netting $100,000 to $200,000 a year after his projects every year, and he's been a great saver and he's stayed largely out of debt. I believe he has like 4 or 5 properties that are all paid off. He doesn't have any car notes. When we broke down his expenses, it sounded like he could potentially live off of $2,000 a month, like $24,000 a year if he was to stop right now, because he has almost everything that's essential in expenses he has paid off in cash. And he has, after we discussed it, between about 3 or 4 financial institutions, including the one I work at, I believe he has close to $400,000 in cash. He's expecting another $80,000 from a deal that he just completed or a construction project he just completed in the next 30 to 60 days. So he has somewhere between $350,000 and $450,000 in cash. Almost everything that is relevant as far as car notes and mortgages is paid off. And he's sitting on a ton of cash at 50 something years old. He's finally gotten to a point where he's like, I know I need to do something different. So he finally came to me and was like, I actually helped another uncle essentially do an investment recently with a lot less money, but still a relevant amount of money, $10,000 or $15,000 in an investment. And I took him from scratch to do that. So the family's kind of been buzzing on, me being that person in the family that they can turn to for this financial guidance, right? And it's something that's been a long time coming. I've been in this field for over 10 years. I'm in my mid 30s. I've been doing this since really my early 20s. And it's just getting to a point where I've been doing this long enough, and this buzz has been buzzing, in my community, in my family, amongst my peers, where I'm really turning out to be somebody people are turning to for real financial strategies and advice, which I'm honored and proud and grateful to be in a position to have earned myself, that title or that face card. That having been said, he already was kind of hearing about what I was doing for other people, including his brother, my uncle in a sense. So he's like, let me go holler at nephew and see what he might be able to do for me. So we finally met, sat down, as I explained to you, broke down his financial position, his income streams, what he owns so far. He has no stocks, no investment, no 401ks, no retirement accounts. He owns property. He has great revenue and great cash reserves. But he's in a position right now where he's like, look, man, I would really like to retire somewhere around the age of 60. He's 53 years old. So it's not that far away. He is in a great cash position, but he has to start figuring out how to get his money to work for him. As he admitted himself, like, look, I know how to go out and make money, but I have no budget. And I don't know anything about money beyond that point of making it, earning it. I know how to go out there and make it. It's a wrap after that for me. I understand that. I respect that. He's one of those blue collar guys that knows how to get in the mud and go get to it. But after that, he has no idea what to do with it or how to manage it. And I think that's perfectly respectable, especially coming from his era, right? He's 53 years old. So you're talking about somebody who really started making a bones in the 80s and 90s and the early 2000s when financial information wasn't that prevalent, okay? So what I did was I broke down, I'm like, look, the first thing we need to do is get a budget defined. He has no idea the delta of where his money is going and what's going on with his money after he completes his projects and what he takes home in like nets. There's a huge delta of potentially $100,000 to $200,000 a year. He's not completely sure where the hell it goes. He's not even completely sure the complete gross that he makes on his projects. He pays his people, he pays for his materials, he does what he needs to do, and that's it. And he walks away with whatever net that he has. So I'm like, the first thing we got to figure out is where all your money is going, how much of it you really make, and how much of it you're really keeping, and is it accurate? Or are you losing out on money and don't even realize it? That's the first thing we need to figure out. So I'm going to have him gather a lot of bank statements and things of that nature to start figuring out what he has going on. The next thing we need to figure out is you have a pool of around $350,000 to $400,000 in cash, literally checking and savings accounts at a few different banks. We need to get that money to work ASAP. I also recommended to him, look, as an independent business owner, you can set up a solo 401k. I'm not going to go into all of the details now in this video about all of that, but that's something else I'm recommending for him to set up because he has great income. He can start contributing to that at scale and get himself to a great retirement plan, even in the next 5 to 7 or 8 years until he retires. So helping him structure his cash flow as a business owner and as a somewhat of an employee of that business, helping him set up a retirement account within his business, and then turning around and helping him manage his existing cash reserves into investing. He's comfortable to start with around $50,000 to start his stock portfolio, independent stock portfolio, which we're likely going to do next week at the time of this recording. And then I'm going to get him to probably do significantly more than that once I get a full branch of his financial picture and can help him get more comfortable with doing more because he definitely has it to do. And all of that is going to probably start off netting me. That $50,000 will probably give me around somewhere around $100 to $150 in commission. Getting him to move more of that money over, which I'm probably going to get him to move at least half of that money he has at these other institutions, which is going to be around $100,000 into our institution, is also going to net me probably another $50 to $100 in commission. So immediate moves that we can make are probably give me around $200 to $250 in commission, which is solid. On top of that, I am confident in it. Before this year is out, I can get him to probably invest another $100,000. If I do that, I'm probably going to be able to get another $250, $150 to $250. So I'm not going to dig that far into the life cycle yet because I have to see how well he sticks through with what I got him with. I'm more than 50% confident he's going to come back and start with that 50,000, and I can get him to move maybe another 100,000 over, and I can get that divided into maybe CDs until we get a more strategic plan in place so he can earn something. So that's the net on that situation. His goal is to, get to a point where he can go out and build a property in Mississippi, cash, live off the land, live off his cash reserves and investments, and chill and kick his feet up around 60 years old. I am highly confident I can get him over the $1 million mark and his net worth, get him invested so his money's working more for him versus him for it, and do it in about a 5 to 8 year window of time if he sticks out the financial plan that I lay out for him. So I'm going to keep y'all posted on that journey as I'm doing on all my clients as I go through the year. I'm enjoying making these videos. Comment down below and let me know what you think about his financial position, the immediate strategy I've laid out for him. Let me know how close to that you're in your financial journey or what it would look like for you. Let me know your retirement age and when you're looking to retire if you're not there already. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel about all of this and where you stand with all of this yourself. So all my pioneers, welcome back. To my new viewers, welcome in. As always, I want each and every one of you to stay focused, stay in motion. I'll see y'all soon.